I did a little double click, and so I think I'm gonna have like a 0.1 second recording on the hard drive, but we're live right now.
It's gonna be like 8 gigs.
Dude,
Probably.
I gotta.
So loud.
That was.
You can't hear it. It doesn't pick up as much on the recording.
No, that one. Regardless, your voice was off-putting. So no matter what. Yeah, no, thank you. Knock that one off.
Anyway, back So Choice Podcast. Like, subscribe, hit that bell on 5 stars. Get it out of the way right from the jump.
Thank you,
Follow
Greg.
us on social media. We stream on Twitch. Send us an email. Whatever you want. sochoicepodcast, gmail.com. So Choice Podcast. Everything done. All right, let's get into it. We did a second round of
Just right in.
Just right into it. No foreplay.
What do you want? You need foreplay?
I mean, I thought of something.
Okay, fine. Give us some foreplay, Colin.
All right, what a teaser for later on in the episode. Now
Get me all bricked up, Colin. Come on.
I mean, it's a bit apropos, but I was thinking about it. Did you guys ever get walked in on jerking off?
In my life,
I don't know.
Like growing up, like the old like mom and dad.
Like walked in bad, or like just
what's
just
good?
No, because like when you're like getting walked in on and like they're almost certainly know what was going on, but they didn't see your penis.
Yeah.
Those are two different things.
And then you pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah, getting walked in on while like
no one's seeing my wiener.
Yeah. I don't think so. But I've been like really quick getting it back in the waistband. Like pulling up the gym shorts real quick.
Wears exclusively elastic bands.
Yeah, tuck that shit.
What am I gonna wear a belt? I can't get that put back on like in a second. I need elastic.
Are you saying this because you've been caught?
Did you just get caught?
No, it just happened to me. No,
the dog walked in.
Yeah, it happened to me once, but like for some reason, like like where like you just have like random memories pop back in your head, like every now and then.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, that one popped back in, and like,
was it a positive or a negative memory for you?
I think in retrospect, it's really funny.
It's a positive memory.
If there's any chance it would be a positive memory.
It's a positive memory.
So like me getting walked in on, not funny, very awkward.
Well, for us, funny.
Yes, 100%. It was awkward. It was like it was like pants down, whole shebang. All right,
all around your ankles.
Yeah, it was tough. Like there's no spinning it whatsoever.
Was it your mom or dad?
It's my dad.
You know what? That was better. That's better, I think.
You would think like birds of a feather, like kindle like.
Did he ridicule you?
Dude, I got laid into.
Ridicule you for it?
Yeah, I'd be like, because it was like middle school, and I was like, he was like, who taught you this?
Getting used to it.
Who taught you this? Who showed you these websites? And I had to be like,
what websites were you on?
It was just fucking Pornhub, man.
Google naked ladies.
Dude,
I didn't know if you were like subscribing to like a cam girl or something.
No,
that's why he's like,
I don't know the means, dude. I was broke as a joke. I had no allowance, but like I
usually need a credit card anyway.
I fucking pinned it on someone.
I have no experience.
That I went to school with. It was like I pinned it on like a tertiary friend. Didn't really hang out with him at the house too much after that, but you know.
You said that he was teaching you to jerk off?
No, that like he showed me like these like naughty websites.
I watched him jerk off 10 times and I took notes, and now I'm a pro.
Yeah. I love the fucking playbook. But why it's funny?
We know this friend, right?
Yeah, not even like a friend anymore. You just know the person. I'll tell you guys later.
Greg will bleep it out.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
that guy jerks off.
Yeah, that guy goons.
Yeah.
And how it was funny because I got like punished. Like I lost my iPod Touch privileges after that.
That's devastating back in the day.
Dude, it was tough.
Was it because you were looking stuff up on the iPod Touch?
Yes. Okay, and like I didn't have a laptop. I was like cut off from the family computer, all that.
Dude, watching porn on the family computer.
I never did that, but it's
a dangerous game. That's the only computer you got. You gotta
make sure you clear all that history.
Because like that was like
not all the history, because other people's bookmarks might be in there. Dude, you can't be clearing everything.
Our family computer had fucking viruses like crazy.
Yeah.
The three boys in the basement.
Up to no good.
You couldn't start like backyard baseball on that without like 8 pop-ups showing up.
God. Just thinking about the desk in your basement, it's like so gross.
Probably
like
not a basement anymore.
Boys, like I was an adolescent young tween. I was a growing boy. I had to jerk off.
Sure.
Things had to be done. I got crafty. Did you guys know that the Kindle has a web browser on it?
No. I would never be like, yeah, I need to go on the web while I'm reading
Well,
a book.
the only thing I could do with my free time was like read. I got like
Is it
everything
like
taken
an
away.
Amazon-based like web browser, or is
No,
it
it was
like
like-
have Google Chrome?
It was just like so bare bones, but you could like get on the internet. You could like access Google.
On a Kindle? Is that like black and white?
Yes.
Yeah, that shit doesn't even, have a
That shit
backlight.
used to like load in from the fucking top down. Like it was like,
You're watching porn on like a Game Boy Color.
dude, yeah, I was doing like dial-up porn, man. That shit was retro. It would like dang, and, like slowed in like vertically.
Dude, but like back in the day, people had to
Dude,
like,
it was like
go
I was-
find a magazine in the woods.
I know we were talking about that, the woods porn.
Yeah. It's a
But it
lost
was
art.
like, I basically had to like look up with like only looking at GIFs on like Google image searches because I couldn't handle a video. So I was basically jerking off to
5 second
to
clip.
like moving etch-a-sketches. You know what I mean? It was like a flip book of an etch-a-sketch.
Hey, what were the pictures of? Were you just searching like bouncing movies
no, it
or
was
something
like
that?
it was
And
like
GIF
porn,
of
it was
that?
like porn clips just gift.
Listen,
So it was, like,
a
looping,
young
like, 5
tween
seconds.
boy can do a lot with an etch-a-sketch boob. All right,
Mm.
the imagination can take you a long way.
Oh
back
yeah.
then.
I don't even need an etch-a-sketch boob, bro. You got those like boob lights, like I got one right here. That's all you need.
You just squint like
we
really
need to take a
hard.
break.
Yeah.
Yeah, just squint.
Yeah. You're just like laying in
Reach
bed
out
looking
and-
at the ceiling and you're like,
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah, this could work.
that's nice. That's nice.
This'll do.
God,
So- That was it. That just popped in my head. I was like, I can't believe I did that for like a couple months.
Mm.
here's a question for you. You only have a work phone, right?
Yeah.
And you are certainly looking at porn on that phone, correct?
Hypothetically.
The hypothetical man in this scenario is
Yeah.
looking at porn.
If I were to only have a work phone and I don't have a laptop, hypothetically, I would be looking at porn on my phone, hypothetically.
Right.
Yes.
But you have your
And
PC
they-
right here. You're sitting at it.
That seems dangerous. I don't want to ruin this.
What sites are you going on?
Just like viruses, bro. You never know. I'm still... To me, porn is still like the Wild West. All these pop-ups. Can't trust them.
That's crazy.
That's so funny.
That's insane.
He goes on like Pornhub and he's just like terrified that like pop-ups are gonna get him.
Dude, I'm
We're gonna share.
afraid of viruses.
Why is there an option to share on porn videos? Someone explain that to me.
Real gooners know, John. Real
Those are
gooners know.
dangerous.
Share.
Yeah.
It's like always like in the
crazy.
corner. It's like share.
Can you like airdrop?
It's like-
What if we're all in the same
There's
room?
like there's like one where it's like the social media tabs, and like if you just click it, it'll just like bring you to your fucking Facebook app, and it'll be like share here, and it already has the post loaded. You just got to hit send, and I'm like,
Yeah,
whoa,
didn't
whoa,
a
whoa,
politician
whoa,
do
whoa,
that?
whoa.
Then who was the guy who did that?
Oh, some like NFL player did that.
Mm. Ted Cruz liked porn on Twitter, but
Sure
that was
did.
different.
Mm.
On 9/11.
And I'm pretty sure that was on 9/11.
Yeah, it sure was.
I'm pretty sure the morning of 9/11, he was watching porn and he accidentally liked a tweet about it.
Dude, that's fucked up. You know, I
mean,
was over here
Everyone
never
needs a
forgetting.
distraction. All right.
True.
Coping methods are different.
You know what? I'm not going to yuck his yum. If that's what he needs to get through a national tragedy, you know what? Good for him.
Honestly, real. Some people bowl perfect games. I goon.
Dude, shout out that guy. Hate to be that guy.
Yeah, I think I'm afraid of computer viruses because I remember those like McDonald's line rider commercials.
No.
No.
What?
What era is this?
Dude, like 2010, they were badass.
2010.
Line Rider?
During that game, Line Rider, it was like on like the computer and also had, like a
You
little
mean
mobile
Line
app.
Wire?
No, Line Rider. You could
LimeWire
like
was sick.
draw.
The Line Wire's giving you a lot of
You're getting
viruses.
crazy viruses.
You're getting cooked there. No, it was like you could like draw like a little like a line or whatever, and then like you would hit start, and a little guy on a sled would like go down it.
I
I don't think I ever played that.
I don't know
Oh,
what
there
you're
was like a
talking
really
about.
convoluted one where they got like a line rider guy to like make it this like
Sorry, it just
Rube
exploded.
Goldberg course that involves like line work art drawings of like the McDonald's menu. Not important, but I was like, this is badass. I want to do this. And then I went on Line Rider, and then I got a virus that literally had like digital cockroaches crawling around my home screen.
I like when they make bugs, like actual bugs.
Yeah, they really went the extra mile to fuck up my home computer.
Or if it's like a virus and it just says virus on it and it has
Yeah.
like a little like
Guy.
COVID thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
fuck that
like when
guy.
they take it literal. They put actual cockroaches
Yeah.
on it. Who took the time?
Yeah, what an
It was
unnecessary.
animated too.
Like,
And that lets you know immediately that you have like a virus.
Yeah.
Like you want to keep it like down low so they don't know.
Yeah, I had 3 times turning it on before it bricked, and it would tell me. So like every time more cockroaches would like be crawling around and be like, you have 2 more activations. And I'm like, well, I can't do anything right now because I got damn bugs crawling around my screen. And no matter what I do, it's gonna be impossible to see. So I may as well just throw it away.
It gave you like a countdown.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. It was like it was a very elaborate virus I got from this family friendly website.
they were like, we really have you like
By the balls. Yeah.
You can't do anything. We're just letting you know that it's going to get worse soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, did they want you to do anything, or did they like?
No.
Yeah, was
It was
it like somewhere where there was no like,
No,
we'll
you
take
just-
this off if you do something?
Nope.
Okay.
They're just fucking with you, dude.
Yeah, they just literally bricked my PC I got. It was a hand me down from my cousin.
They were just bored.
Yeah.
They were like, you know what? Let's fuck up this guy's life.
Yes.
Well, you know, his like day, week.
Everyone has their hobbies, you know.
I couldn't play RuneScape anymore. It's fucked up.
That is sad.
That's crazy. You know, some people like really are out here and their job is just to scam other people.
Yeah.
That's insane. I can't fathom.
I mean, whatever makes you money, man.
I was almost a pro scammer. I was involved in Cutco.
Yeah, we know. You almost sold knives door to door.
Yeah, that's the same thing as putting viruses on people's computers.
It's adjacent.
Yeah, 6 of one, half a dozen the other.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you want to do thing now?
Wait. What do you mean? 6 of one, half a dozen the other?
Yeah, but why?
What do you mean? That's a common saying.
Yeah, but I've never once heard you say that.
I actually say it all the time.
Colin?
You know what? I don't know. Greg's got like a litany. He's got like
You made a whole list of Greg's sayings that was not
6
on
of
there.
one, half a dozen the other.
He's
But
got,
that was just
like,
like a common one. All the list of sayings that I say are all nonsensical words that I've just sort of made up in phrases. This is just a normal thing. This is out.
Some of them are like hand-me-downs from your dad, like pin a rose on your nose.
He never said that. He said absentively and positively.
That's right.
Which
I
again,
knew that,
nonsense
John.
words. Nonsense words. Those are sayings that are specific more to me and my family.
Greg's got like all Greg's sayings put together is like half a Dr. Seuss book.
Except for like the came in like a wrecking ball, never holy shit my balls.
No,
I can see that
works.
in one of his books.
Yeah, that works.
In a Seuss book?
Yeah,
Yeah,
little
I
cat in
see
a hat
it.
riding around on a wrecking ball.
Seuss was pretty.
I want to fuck you.
Dr. Seuss was pretty fucked up, you know.
Yeah.
Well, not in book.
In real life.
In real
Dude,
life.
In real
Dude,
life. What a shit.
Dr. Seuss smut would go so hard.
Huh?
I was trying to think of
Wait,
like
wait. You're talking about the cartoons, or are you talking about like someone writing smut in a Dr. Seuss like fashion?
both, but like that more so the latter. I
Yeah,
think-
writing smut, but with a Dr. Seuss flair to it. So
Yeah.
everything's like rhymey and we're making up body parts, but like,
Yeah.
oh man, it's hot.
That would go really.
Put my flingerhooser in the whatchamacallit, you know? I was trying to make up words. I'm trying to make up words. He makes up words, does he not?
He's not like a Norseman.
She
You're not
squeezes
forcing
on
me.
my Jesus until I meesus, and it's like oh yeah,
That's hot. Nice.
yeah, I'm about that.
I feel like it's a certain type. I mean,
Okay, so
this would not be for everybody.
no, you don't. You do it just for like enjoyment. You don't do it to like get hot and bothered. I feel like it's a different kind of-
Speak for yourself.
Well, wait, write it or read it? Because I'm
Read it.
writing it.
Read it.
Reading it. No, I'm reading it to get hot and bothered. Why else would
In
you?
a
Yeah.
Seuss, because it's hilarious.
I guess specifically Dr. Seuss smut. I might read just for the joke.
Okay, I'm down for that version. Colin's way of Dr. Seuss characters, involved in smut. I don't want to see like the Lorax's.
Yeah, you do.
veiny
Dude, the
cock.
Lorax eats box, bro. That
I
guy.
want to see all those people down in Whoville. Just
I bet
take it to the
they
Grinch.
fuck with their noses.
They're so tiny.
Oh, they have a little like curve to them, don't they? Are they tiny or long?
I don't know.
I don't know.
They're
the
all
last time I've
just
seen
fucking crazy.
a who.
What about Horton? Isn't he an elephant?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. I mean, the nose is just asking to
Yeah,
be
that
in
trunk.
and around.
Put it anywhere you want it, huh?
This is nonsense. We've
Holy
gone off the
shit.
rails. I think this is as abrasive a swap as we're gonna get. Do you guys want to go into enrichment now? My little foreplay's over.
Oh, you had enough.
This did not get me bricked up at all, Colin. You are
I'll write some Seuss smut.
okay.
Please.
Yeah, get me bricked up for this. Come on, give me some. Give me a haiku.
Well,
in the form
it'll
of
be later.
smut.
We release a Seuss smut book.
A Seuss smut.
Who Seuss smut by the Sea Smut. by Colin Sincock. I think we can make money off that.
Yeah, Sue Smut by the Smut House.
What's a smut house?
Sue Smut.
Oh, wouldn't you like
You're
to
just saying smut and then a word. That doesn't make it Seuss-esque.
Seuss makes up words all the time. What are
No,
you
I
getting
know,
at?
but you're not making up a word. You're just like making a Siamese word.
It's not two different. It's not smut space house. It's smut house. It's one word.
Just because you're making it German doesn't mean you're not making
Smut
it.
house. It's the smut house. I don't know. All right, I'm bricked up, ready to go.
All right.
I did it.
Yeah.
Smut house.
I just need a little German. Gets me going. You know.
So if you haven't listened to our last episode, we gave each other enrichment ID, something that we normally wouldn't do. We give to like the other two people, and this is our second time doing it. So we should be seasoned vets by now. I gave the boys a history podcast. Greg gave us an album, and then Colin gave us a TV show. Who wants to hear their other people's thoughts of their item first?
I'll go first. What'd you guys think of
Okay.
the album?
Great. I just listened to it on my workout. First of all, do you want to explain the album real quick?
Not workout music.
Definitely not workout music. They're all very sad songs. Most of them.
Who's it by? What is it?
It's Dermot Kennedy. I specifically asked you guys to listen to the Sonder album. It's his album from 2022. 2022, right? Not 2023.
Yeah,
2022. 2022. So it was.
I think it's 2023.
Really? I don't recall. It doesn't really matter.
You keep going.
But
I'll search you. 2023.
2023.
Well, fuck me. It was 2023. Okay. So, the album name Sonder. Do you guys know what the word Sonder means?
I know
Yes.
somber. I know Sunder.
He knows it because I told him about it the other day.
You sure did. It's also not Sonder, like you're sauntering down like the road, like
No,
S-A-U.
That would be
that's
Saunter.
Saunter, yes. It's not that, which is what I initially thought it would be.
No,
Not nearly as jovial.
no, Sonder. Sonder. It's the idea that like everybody around you is having just as complete of a life that you are. Like it's the idea that like the person passing on the street also has like all their hopes, dreams. They're going through whatever they're going through, and so it's just like everybody's living as 100% of a life that you're living.
Oh, so
And
it's
it's
just
just, like,
being
the
like
realization of that.
super ignorant
What?
or like naive.
What?
Do you mean like in a positive way? Like they're all
It's
achieving?
not like it's just like a thought. Like,
Yeah, it's just like the thought of that like everybody else is experiencing their own reality in the same time that you're experiencing yours.
Oh, okay. So they're all going through their
Yeah.
own trials, tribulations.
Everybody has
pursuits.
like their own life, and it's
Yeah.
just like the thought of like, wow, we're all dealing with that in the same reality type of thing.
Gotcha.
Anyway, most of the songs are like pretty sad and slow. And honestly, when we were coming up with what we were gonna do for this one, if you'll recall, I hadn't really decided until like right there. So
we pressured you into it.
yeah. So I don't know. I'm not like a Dermot Kennedy fan in the same way that like you're a Kendrick fan, where he's like
Sure.
one of your top artists. Like Dermot Kennedy, I like him. I think his voice is like really cool, and I think he puts like there's a lot of like soul at times. Like a lot of times his music is kind of slow, there's piano, and then all of a sudden he'll just like drop into the chorus, and you're just like, fuck, this got me going. I liked it. I don't know. What'd you guys think of it?
I'll start by saying I listened to this on the car ride over to our friend's party. I was not in the right headspace, I don't think, because I didn't know.
really-
I didn't know I had no idea what kind of music it was.
It's
gonna
not
be.
a get you in the mood for a party. I mean, I told you it wasn't running music. That was really all I told you last.
That was all we
episode,
had.
Was that you probably aren't going to want to work out to it, but yeah.
So I gave it a re-listen because the
Okay.
first time I was like, I don't know, I wasn't like vibing with it because I wasn't like, I don't know. The second time it was definitely better.
Mhm.
I was very curious like as to like your connection with this guy because like if you want us to like experience it, I would assume that like it's like a important album to you in some way. Or just like
It's not so much an important album to me as much as I just didn't think that you guys would listen to that type of music.
Fair.
And when I was trying to come up with something last episode, I was like, all right, so I wanted to do an album, just sort of mix it up. You had a podcast, you had a TV show. I was like, all right, let me get some music in here. And that's a musician I like. I've seen him in concert, which I think was another thing that I like.
That always
It
wanted.
helps.
Like,
You have like a tangible connection to.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. And like I was in the room for some of those songs where he gets like really soulful and stuff, and I was just like, wow, like
that hits different.
Yeah, it is. It's very different from just like listening.
I liked it. I feel like, dude, if you've like just gotten like dumped or like ended a relationship, bro, you're slamming this on at like max volume, and you are just bawling your eyes out, dude, and you are loving it.
Yeah, you are.
This is like perfect. I was listening to it with Korn. She was just like, "This is perfect breakup music."
It is.
I think she nailed it.
It is. I mean, I'm trying to recall because, like, again, I'm not so like, I'm not as into Dermot Kennedy as much as Colin is into Kendrick. So like, I don't know like what exactly was going on when he was like writing this album. I don't know anything about his personal life. I just like his music.
Fair.
That's fair.
But I don't know, Colin, did you have any other thoughts on it?
No, I still like I said, like I just listened to it for the first time, and you guys nailed it. It's not workout music, but I also don't prescribe to the idea that like you need high energy music to work out. I think if you're able just to kind of like zone in to what you're listening to, it makes all the difference. So for me, I thoroughly enjoyed it while I was working out. You're right though, John. I feel like there's like an emotion that like you would get more of an enjoyment or at least a connection out of it, because it feels like you could like resonate to what he's talking about a lot more. That being said, I really enjoyed it, especially the first song. I thought that was maybe the most sonically different song of the whole album.
The first one was like my least favorite.
Really, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was the most.
Oh, Any Love is a good song.
I think it was the most unique song sonically on the album. It wasn't like as much like of like a ballad. It was a little more understated. I really like that, especially when looking back on the album. This is me tooting my own horn. I have Apple Music, and there are
Did you watch the videos?
Not only that, Greg, there are two remakes of some of the hits that are like Apple Music's like versions that are like higher quality or like a different recording.
I don't know. I'm not sure I even know them. I'm a Spotify boy, so
yeah, as a normal person.
Actually, Spotify is becoming.
Were the videos good?
They're solid, yeah.
Nice.
I appreciate it.
I feel like people are actually side tangent. I feel like people are actually moving more towards Apple
I'm
Music.
telling you guys for a long ass time.
Yeah, a lot of people have been telling me
quality.
that Apple Music is even better, and that Spotify just sort of keeps getting worse, and also their prices keep going up.
Yup. And also, if you get Apple Music, you also get Apple TV Plus.
It just seems like such a hassle.
To redo all your songs.
Yeah. I have so many playlists and so many things. Oh, God,
fuck playlists. So hard. I don't have a single playlist.
I have a Spotify Xbox Live bundle, so
Wow, they get you everywhere.
I kind of get it for free.
Actually, through my Spotify is actually how I have a Hulu account.
Ooh, nice. They bundle.
Yeah,
they bundle. They bundle with the best of them.
Do.
Yeah. So it's something to someone and Better Days, Greg. Something
to Someone and Better Days are very good songs. Did you like One Life?
Something to Someone.
I did.
One Life is probably my favorite song off that album.
One Life. Give me
like One Life
One
into
Life
Better Days.
Is all it takes. Fall in love with me.
You're a really good singer, man.
I felt like I was there.
I was doing the damn Dua Lipa song.
I'm not.
Yeah. Do you think?
You think I thought that was Dermot Kennedy?
That wasn't. Dude, that was Dua.
Oh, really?
That was actually me.
I'm not gonna try and sing because I'm not gonna do it justice at all. But I actually had a question. Do you guys listen?
Colin's fucking me up, and now I have no idea what that's.
Yeah, you're never gonna remember any of the songs. But like I generally I get that like just like that. Ooh, like those chills when you get like a nice soulful song.
Yeah,
I get that. Do you know? You guys listen to a lot of Teddy Swims ever?
No.
He's had a couple songs that like have gotten pretty big like on the radio and stuff, but some of his other stuff, oh man, his voice is so soulful. It's awesome. I recommend that if you like it. And also his songs, not quite as sad, I don't think.
So great,
but it's still kind of sad.
It was very melancholy.
Yeah. Ooh.
I like that type of music.
I didn't know you like that time.
It doesn't really matter.
I think Greg's eclectic.
If I'm happy, if I'm sad, if I'm scared,
if I don't know. If the music's good, you like it.
What are you scared?
I listen to I like melancholic music. Like I just like to vibe to that.
I need to be like feeling like that to put it on. I would never just put it on if I'm just like vibing.
No, I can just put it on. Doesn't matter what's going on.
Greg, I will say though, like thanks for this because you know that this isn't something I usually like kind of like listen to.
That was my goal.
And like not even for like a lack of trying, I just like have like never heard it.
And you know he existed.
No, and like
I've never heard of this guy.
maybe
ever.
like
he's also not from America. He's
I don't care about that.
He doesn't sing Irish.
He does no.
He's got a bit of an accent.
There are a couple words like I got you.
every once in a while.
He definitely has like a slight brogue, especially like I remember it from the concert when he was like talking in between songs. He's got a little bit more of that Irish accent.
Yeah, and it's funny because like how I listen to music is like I'll be like literally like Siri play me some music and then like it just picks songs that it thinks I'll like, and Apple does a pretty good job of like expanding my boundaries to like artists or songs I've heard before, but they don't really get too adventurous with like genre. And I think maybe that's kind of like boxed me in a little bit into like, and so I try to go out as much as I can on my own volition, but like never heard of the guy. But
well,
it's something
I
might
start
go
listening
back to
him a lot more, maybe it'll get that into the algorithm and it'll be like, oh, let's give him some more of these
I did
types,
see that he had a song with Kevin Gates, Mr. Two Phones. And I might have to give that a spin to kind of like bridge the gap.
Yeah, that could work.
Find a connection.
Yeah.
He does. There are a lot of he goes on a lot of other people's songs sometimes just to get that little like
exposure,
soulful voice.
Yeah.
He does a lot of collabs.
Is he, Greg? How does he compare it for you to like Ed Sheeran?
In what way? Like, who do I like better? Like, what are you talking about?
I don't know. They're Irish and they sing and they got a little soul.
Well, I will say
like a deep dive.
I think Dermot Kennedy's hotter.
I agree.
Stud.
Dude, I think Wet Sock's hotter than Ed Sheeran.
You think who?
A Wet Sock.
Oh, Wet Sock. I thought you said somebody's name.
He looks like a stray cat.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not a very hot guy. Do you think when he like is on tour, do you think there are a lot of girls that are like, I fucking want Ed, or do you think they're just there for music?
Yeah, dude. Music makes people horny. All right.
I guess. Well, I'm just thinking about like
John
back
knows.
in the day, like John Mayer out here was fucking like half his fans.
But John's hot.
Like, exactly, and I'm just saying. All right, but I'm just saying, like, so Ed isn't hot, but like, do you think there are fans that still want to fuck him?
Yeah, he fucks. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's tied down. But if Ed wanted to, Ed would fuck.
I guess
have it on good authority.
I guess any like pop star would it fucks. I guess.
It's part of the game. John nailed it. Like, dude, music gets the people going.
Music makes you horny.
Yeah,
music gets you bricked up, just like our opening segment.
Dude, music is such a powerful aphrodisiac that the Disney Channel had to like tell the Jonas Brothers to promote purity rings.
Mm-hmm.
That was why the Disney told them to do that.
I think so.
There's a whole was it South Park episode?
Yeah, it was South Park with Mickey Mouse. Yeah,
that's where I get my facts on the Jonas Brothers. It's from South Park.
No, but I know sense. Like they pushed it, but like they're like probably like, dude, the girls are too fucking horned up with the Jonas Brothers shows. How do we stop them?
Dude, I think it was like a big problem for my sister when she found out Nick had a purity ring. She was like, "Fuck,
what
am I gonna do now?"
I don't know why.
Dude,
I legitimately thought you were gonna say like type 1 diabetes.
No,
she really took the news badly.
Her trying to get with Nick Jonas was Greg playing basketball in the driveway, waiting for that.
I thought Selena Gomez was pulling up.
That's her version of that.
She thought like Nick Jonas might come and just be like, "Oh, like I saw your brother hooping. I thought I might come hang out with you.
Do you want to have sex?
I saw your brother hooping, but now I see you. I'm taking this ring off.
Yeah, we're gonna have sex in your childhood bedroom,
on your twin bed.
Yeah. I know your parents are just down the hall, but
they'll get it.
Yeah. Why would he not invite her onto the tour bus?
These are fantasies, Greg.
Yeah,
they don't make sense.
John, you sound stupid.
You know what? You're right, because we can't have the tour bus blocking the road. It needs to go find like a commuter lot to park in. We're gonna leave Nick at our house.
That's true. Greg's street isn't very wide,
and he has to be close to Greg while he's playing hoops, just in case he wants to join him after.
True.
Mm-hmm. Did Nick Jonas and Selena Gomez date or no?
Yeah.
Did they really? I thought she was with Justin Bieber.
She was with Bieber.
I don't think she ever dated him.
I don't know, man. I just said yes. I'll look it up.
I don't know.
Anyway, I'm gonna give Dermot album
rating
8.1 out of 10.
Really?
Nice.
Okay,
that's pretty good.
What are you gonna give it?
My one critique: a lot of the songs sounded the same. There was not a lot of variety.
They did.
That's why they do blend together.
However, if you like it, then it's a very cohesive sound. Good for you. Mm-hmm. Like you're getting exactly what you want if you're of that demographic, and if you're able to listen to it enough, you probably discern song A from song B.
Mhm.
First
Did you
listen.
guys go through and listen to other of his songs?
No,
Like, not just the
I
album?
was.
I listened to his whatever his like most popular two
Okay.
were. Well, one of them he was just like on a little bit. It wasn't actually his
Yeah,
song.
it wasn't his song.
And so I feel like I didn't really get.
But it
anything from that.
just happens to have like 500 million streams.
Yeah.
So it's at the top of his list as well.
But then whatever his like actual biggest one, I listened to that one too.
Yeah, it's like Paradise or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Paradise, Power Over Me.
Paradise.
Power Over Me is a good one.
They
Paradise is the one that he's not the lead guy on.
Nick Jonas and Selena Gomez dated in 2008.
Yeah. Colin's fingers on the pulse.
Yeah.
All right. He's clocked in.
No,
Well, now I hate Nick Jonas. Stole my woman in 2008. I was 11 and I was balling so hard in my driveway.
Yeah.
Dude, did
I know.
you hate Bieber too?
I mean, I've never been a big Justin Bieber fan, so
No one was. You were cool if you like Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
What would you rate it, Colin?
7.2.
Fair enough. I like this though. I Horizons a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
it's not
different type
This
of
isn't
music.
something that I'm probably gonna listen to a lot. But if like I ever like am just thinking about things,
It's now in
or,
the repertoire.
like I just know that I can like whip that out.
Yeah.
Which is nice to have.
Mhm.
You want to have those things in your back pocket.
Mhm.
I'm telling you right now, you should check out Teddy Swims if you want a little bit more
I'm
like
telling
this.
you right now that if you don't give this to me in like a text form, I'm gonna forget who
I
that
will.
name instantly.
I will send it to you. I will text the group chat. Don't worry.
It's that name has already gone from my brain.
Teddy Swims.
Teddy
It
Pendergrass.
seems like
It is a cool name.
I assume it's a stage name. I don't actually know what his last name is, but I assume it's not Swims.
Do you think he's a good swimmer?
He doesn't look like he would be a good swimmer. I wouldn't look at him and go, that guy swims.
Mm.
But maybe. I have no idea.
All right, should we move
next?
on to the next one? I can go next.
All right.
Podcast Hardcore History Supernova in the East Part 1 of a slog, I will say.
I could not believe how long this I mean, it's history. There's a lot of history. Years of it, in
Mhm.
fact. And so I mean, you told us that like each part was 4 hours, but I didn't realize how many parts there were of
There's like 6. It's like a full day of
Yeah.
audio.
It's a nice long car ride or like commute
Road trip,
to work kind
yeah.
of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I like listening to these because I like history. Reading history is pretty boring for me. It's a lot of numbers getting thrown at you. This guy does a good job. Carlin, he like kind of like does good descriptions. He like tells you why things are happening the way they are.
Mhm.
He goes real deep in background. Like I'm sure in the hour that you guys went, and this is a podcast about a war in the East, he probably didn't even get to the war.
Nope.
Well,
I
imagine.
not really, no.
No, it was more just about Japan as a whole.
And like
He'll give you-
history
he'll give
and
you
like
the
perception
whole
around them.
background.
Yeah, the whole perception of
Mhm.
Japan was pretty much what it was.
Mhm.
What it was about.
There's a lot of weird shit going on back
I would say
then.
the man loves
crazy.
a tangent, but he's very good at wrapping it around.
Mm-hmm.
He is. Also,
He's a good host.
I don't know how many quotes he gave you, but he has a great quote voice where he'll just like shout a quote at you, and then he'll go back to his soothing, calm voice.
He's got
That's
a peculiar voice. I don't know if I would call it soothing.
I don't know. I mean, if you're listening to it at like
It puts John to sleep.
if you listen to it at like 1.5 speed like Greg, I'm sure it's like
That's true. I do listen to all my podcasts
That's-
at
Yeah,
1.5
Greg.
speed.
Greg, we were
it
supposed
like
to listen.
stresses me out.
We were supposed to listen for an hour. For me, that meant an hour of the podcast.
I listened to an hour of the podcast, but I just got through it in 40 minutes.
Come on, man.
That's fucked.
That's-
What are you talking? I listen to every single one of my podcasts at 1.5 speed. That's just how I listen to podcasts. It honestly pisses me off to edit this podcast because we're at normal speed, and I'm like, this is too slow for me. I
you
need
got
to
a
pick it
cooked
up.
ass brain.
I do. You know what happens when I have too many podcasts? I bump that shit up. 1.75, sometimes 2 speed.
How do you?
If
If
I
I
will
nothing is
not-
getting through.
You're
That's
just
not true.
not comprehending 2 speed.
No, I don't think you guys. When you listen to a certain podcast enough, like, and you get to know the
cadences?
people, like the hosts and
Yeah.
stuff, like you pretty much know what they're saying. Like, you don't need to hear every single word. And also, I'm not listening to it. Like, I'm not
Greg
gonna
is an
write a book.
audio stenographer. He's
I'm
catching
not
like every other word and like being like putting the sentences together with like every other fifth word, just based
Yeah,
on like
it
on
works.
like history of how they're going to speak.
Yeah, I know what they're talking about.
This is
So,
such an
tone
elite
breaker.
level of brain rot, Greg. This is insane.
my brain. I need
got Gen
content
Z
at all
brain.
time. It needs to need to pop in there. Well, there's so many podcasts I listen to that if I don't listen to them at 1.5 speed, I won't get through them.
You
all.
don't have to listen to every podcast ever made.
I don't, dude. And you know what? You know what's funny? Hardcore history. I already followed them. They were in my library. I don't actively listen to them, but there's something that like I've looked into, and enough people I've like heard enough about it that I was like, oh, I should this if I want to get
It's
into
on
a
your
history
radar.
podcast. Yeah, it was something that I wanted, so I had already followed it, but I didn't add any episodes to like my queue or anything, so I wasn't listening to them. But like when I searched for it, I was just like, oh shit, I already followed them.
Tight.
Yeah.
So what'd you guys think? I'm curious.
I liked it because I also enjoy history, and I think I find civilizations that have never really been like conquered really so fascinating.
Yeah, they
like-
grow up isolated from other
Yeah.
people, so their culture
That's so
becomes
sick.
very different.
That's
which
so
is
sick.
Japan for like the
Yeah.
longest time.
Where you look at a place like fucking Istanbul or like Turkey or whatever, and that thing has been owned by every major
Like,
civilization.
been there, done that, you know?
Like,
Mhm.
like it's just been handed down, like different people taking control. And so like Japan's so cool how they're just like, no, we've just been doing this for the last like thousands of years. And
They
it's like,
literally
what?
closed their
That's
borders
crazy.
until like people came with guns, and they're like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah,
all right."
they're like, you need to open your borders because we want to trade with you. And they're like, oh, all right.
Greg, not Greg, sorry, John. I really enjoyed it because it opened up with like one of my like favorite stories about Japan's part of World War II, and that being like that soldier that spent 20 years
29.
on like a remote island in the Philippines, still thinking the war was going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they genuinely thought their emperor was like God and like would never like ever fail them.
That story is so insane, and the fact
Crazy.
that like what I didn't realize and that Dan Carlin brought it up is that when they found the guy, not like his guns were in like in perfect condition. So for 29 years,
Where
he
the
was
fuck
like,
was he getting ammunition for this? I don't understand. Was he just robbing places?
I mean,
for-
he was killing people. They
bullets?
said they said he killed like
Yeah, but
numerous.
Not that many people. I mean, I'm sure he had like a lot when they loaded
I
them in there.
guess. I guess. I
And
don't
he's
know.
not really probably using a whole lot, but the fact that he was like so diligent, like every single day about like maintaining it just in case.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude, they had to bring out like his commander, his family.
Dude,
No,
that
he said
was
that
bonkers.
was crazy. The fact that his family went out there and like, dude, the war is over. Please come home. And he was just like, nah.
Nah,
He's like,
Propaganda.
Not until they tell me.
dude, I gotta say, Mamba mentality. Job's not done. You know what I
It's
mean?
crazy, dude. The devotion to the game, which in this case
True.
is killing,
Murder.
was unparalleled.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was crazy. And that was like such a huge part of that first hour that we were listening to was just
Yeah, I was worried
it
it
was
wouldn't
because-
get that far. 'Cause
But I mean the point still stands of where like he was so dedicated to his country, which I think was the start of the podcast. Like the main theme of the beginning of the podcast is just like how much they love their country and like the order of things, you know?
Dude,
No
the
other
fact that
country is
like
like them at
when
all.
he left for a war, his mom gave him a knife to kill himself with if he ever got captured.
Mhm.
Not even
Mhm.
like, hey, give him hell. Hey, come back alive. It's like, hey, just in case.
Mm.
Just in case you need
I
to kill
think-
yourself.
Colin, did you ever watch Shogun?
I've not watched all of it.
Because I feel like that it's obviously not about like what this podcast was about, but it gave me sort of a
Insight?
like like a little bit of insight. Like I already had a little bit more background and like I could like picture things almost. Like the way
because they talk about like shogunates and like the
Mhm.
history of ancient Japan
Mhm.
and like that shit.
and they were just talking about like how much like I remember in Shogun where like the guy like he like speaks out of turn and they're just like, yeah,
You
you're
gotta
gonna fucking
yourself.
kill yourself.
and
now.
his child.
Yeah. And I was just like, I'm sorry, what?
Spoilers!
Like
Dude, that was episode
it's
1.
episode 1, dude. You didn't watch shit.
I've watched episode 1. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Or
they're
maybe
so
he
hardcore.
speaks out of turn in episode 1, but maybe he doesn't die until episode 2. I don't recall.
Spoilers!
Exactly. But that was like that already gave me like something. So then
Yeah.
when he was talking about it in the podcast about how just like so serious they are about like whatever their mission is, I don't know.
and, like,
Which I feel like we've known because of all like I mean,
But like it's
bro, you need to be devoted if you're gonna fucking kamikaze some shit.
dude, yeah,
I'm
that
not
takes
I'm
like
flying a plane into a boat. That's insane. Never.
yeah, it's pretty nutty. Their culture as like a whole like is so fascinating because it's so different than everything else.
Yeah.
Like they have to be like so proper and like in line with like their things, and if not, you're just like, well, go kill yourself then.
Mhm.
yeah,
and they
you,
do
like,
it.
Yeah, like you've ashamed not only like yourself, but
Shame
your
is
entire
huge.
your entire. It's all about honor and shame.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
what it's all about. And
Bushido.
yeah, I Greg, you mentioned civilizations that have never been conquered. I am like obsessed with types of government where it's really like militaristic or like it's like run by the military, but they use like a figurehead. I think that's so
the emperor.
yeah.
Mhm.
I think it's so fascinating at how like this like false propagated sense of power and how like, because
God,
I've always
that
like
must be
wondered
the
like,
great.
What, to be the
I
emperor?
would be
You think they're just
terrified.
gonna
No,
puppet?
I'd be so afraid.
No, because if like a new like shogun kills the old one, they're just gonna get like a new emperor that like is chill with them,
Yeah,
and like,
It's
We'll
like-
just be chill with everybody.
they're
I'd be
almost a
like, yeah, you want to
hostage.
be in charge now? Cool, that's fine.
yeah, and you do get moved around to like different places where they can like protect you and like keep you locked down. Like they don't let you like just leave.
Yeah, cool, but maybe I won't have to seppuku myself.
I mean, you do get treated like a god, so
Yeah,
I mean, like,
sounds great.
it has its ups and downs.
dude, it's real like Boss Sing Say vibes,
Yes, quite.
I
dude,
guess a
and
little
how
bit.
like that guy that was talking on the island is just like that one episode of Archer.
I don't know. I
I'm
don't
sure.
get that
I'm sure.
reference.
Like
Yeah,
one or
yeah,
two
yeah.
of our listeners
Yeah,
is gonna
yeah.
be
Somebody
like,
got
"You're
that.
so right."
So go off, King.
All right. So overall, you enjoyed it. Not
Yeah,
enjoyed
I had-
it.
I had to
Would
stop
you
it
listen
at
to
an
these
hour.
kind of things? You didn't
So
stop it at an hour?
I like history. I just don't actively listen to the podcasts like this.
Mhm.
I might start. Like I like actively had to like have like the hour alarm go off, and then I had to stop it there. Like I would have just kept rolling
I mean,
through.
you didn't have to stop.
Well, it's just
I
weird
had
because
to.
like there is
Like-
no like stopping point. Like where there was a stopping point to the album to Colin's TV show. Like you just stop watching.
Well, 4.5 hours in, it'll switch into
until the next episode. I mean, that's a long time, bro.
Dude, he never takes a break either.
Dude,
It's
how does he
crazy.
do
No
that?
ads?
That's like, dude, like, it's like, how the fuck does he do this whole
He
thing?
never misspeaks ever.
Dude,
I don't know.
like the seamless
He just
editing.
cuts that out and re-records it.
Oh,
the
so you
time
can't do
it
that,
must
Greg.
take.
We just don't. I could absolutely cut it out. When are we re-recording
Blah, blah,
things?
blah, blah, blah.
I'm not cutting that out.
I knew it.
That's
This fucking
That's
fraud.
offensive.
It was offensive.
It's not offensive.
All right, so you might start listening to this in
Yeah,
the future. Colin?
100%.
And dude, I knew this Japan one would be like up your alley because you've been talking about going to Japan for a while.
Because it's so cheap, guys. It's
And it's so
insane.
cool.
Yeah, it's so
One of the coolest
sugoi.
countries.
I think one of the other big things is now when you look at like Japan then and like Japan
So
now,
different.
No anime.
Japan went into such a rebrand after World War II. I feel like.
Dude,
Yeah,
And
it's
I felt like
crazy.
they went through such a rebrand. They were just like, we don't want to be seen as like the guys who are committing like just killing people and then like doing human experiments and stuff. They were
and
like,
now they have
just
Pokemon.
forget we did all that.
They did-
Yeah,
they
let's be all cutesy with Hello Kitty and Pokemon.
They went as opposite as you can go from being like no one can be different. Everyone has to be like perfectly the same and like honor the same codes. So now every single person is like be unique and different and weird.
Mhm.
And so they just went like
No,
super
they're still super like honor driven and like social
in, like,
norms.
someplace like in this big cities. It's like very different. I feel than like the small villages.
If you're like an adult in like Tokyo, you're still very much like adhering to like social norms. They're like
I don't know,
it's
our
still,
generation is
They're just no longer like samurais who are gonna murder you.
yeah, it's kind of lame, honestly. A bit of a downgrade.
Like, if they were still samurais who were gonna murder my family because I stepped out of line and spoke out of turn, then I
We
might
need-
follow
we
rules
need
more.
to
than
bring
that.
look on
back-
your shoulder for ninjas.
Yeah.
We need to bring back the Ronin, the cowboy, like the nomadic outlaw.
There weren't a lot of those in Japan. It was an
There's a
island.
lot of Ronin.
Ronin. You're just
When he
speaking
was saying,
shit,
like,
bro.
All right, well, it was more like when you said cowboys, I was thinking about like the Wild West, and I was like, they're an island, bro.
Yeah,
they're
but like, the
ex-
idea, like that, like I can like wander into town.
Okay, you're right,
With,
you're
like,
right,
with
you're
the-
right,
which is
you're
like a
right.
big ass sword, and no one bats an eye.
Mm-hmm. And you just like challenge someone to like
Yeah.
a duel.
Maybe a woman fawns.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
guess.
know.
You go into like a bar and just cause a ruckus.
And it goes quiet.
It's a tavern. It's not a bar.
Maybe saloon.
A tavern, dude. We're not in like medieval times.
Yeah, it's most certainly
I don't
not.
know.
Oh, Greg, over 2.
Sorry. Should I take a lap?
Yeah, man.
Regroup?
Greg's gonna cut that one out.
No, I'll leave it in.
I
think-
will add laughter.
That'd be so funny if I added a laugh track to these episodes. Did you almost fall out of your chair?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That would have been funny. What a great thumbnail for the pod if you had. Damn it.
Just like his feet up in the air.
Sorry, Greg, you were
True.
saying?
Anyway, I would listen to this podcast. It's going to be hard to crack my rotation.
Yeah, dude. I'm not. This is never gonna see the light of day. You have like
Greg,
27 on like.
if Greg pivoted from comedy podcasts to just
not all
learning
comedy.
or like technical stuff at like 2 times speed, he could be the smartest man of all time.
Be like a Nobel Peace
Yeah,
Prize
like a
winner.
laureate. Yeah.
I don't know if I would be able to listen to that podcast any higher than 1.5. I'd probably say 1.75 if I was like really locked in.
It's too dense.
It kind of depends because I listen to my podcast like while I'm at work, and so there's a lot of pausing that goes on. Like if I'm not like when I'm actually working, but then I get back in the van and I turn back on my podcast and I listen to it while I'm driving between stuff. So there's a lot of stopping and starting. So I don't know.
Game on.
It's a good podcast though.
Yeah,
Solid.
I'm glad you guys seem to enjoy it. That's kind of like all I wanted to get out of this. Like, something that you never really do.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Now
which,
I gotta add a fucking history section to my podcast. Jesus. We got sports, comedy, lifestyle, news. Now we got
lifestyle.
fucking history.
Silent news.
There's not that much
We
lifestyle.
have like a men's journal podcast.
I sometimes listen to news ones if there's like something
like the
big
Daily?
going on. Sometimes, if that's the one I want to listen to. I don't know. It changes. It changes.
Yeah, quite a rotation.
Not really lifestyle though. I don't know why I said that one. I think I was just trying to broaden my horizons, make me sound like I listen to different things.
I
But
feel like you said
What the
I
fuck?
just had them, and so you were like,
that is 100% most of them. Then I was like, all right, lifestyle, news, culture.
I'm cultured. Yeah, people will believe that.
I mean,
Science.
culture when it comes to like TV shows and stuff. Listen to podcasts about like some TV shows.
Speaking of which, do you want to pivot?
oh,
you guys gotta give me a rating.
Oh, it's
for
you
a
don't really.
podcast, that's tough.
4 stars.
It's just your
Yeah, I was gonna say stars.
Yeah.
4 stars. That's an 8 out of 10. I'll take it.
I'll give it. I'll rate it the same I rate this podcast. 5 stars.
Kiss
Tight.
ass.
It's a good podcast. He does a good job with it.
He's
Yeah.
really good.
No, I have no
They're
problems
just
with it.
really long.
Yeah, that's 24 hours of content is just like a big.
I can see how that's a big barrier to entry. You don't have to finish it.
Why? I have to finish it now. I've listened to the first hour.
Yeah, I'm pot committed now.
Also,
At
it's
least the first part.
1.5 speed.
I've had 15 minutes left of the Roman Empire one for about 2 months now, and I haven't finished it.
At 1.5 speed, though, I only need 16 hours to
John,
finish it.
you so get One Piece, but you just don't want to take that leap, and I respect that.
I think that's actually false because that TV show you made us watch did not like it.
No, didn't like it.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right. So we're gonna go to Colin's. What Colin gave us.
Yeah, I gave you guys Fullmetal Alchemist. It is a Brotherhood. Yes, thank you. It is a anime. It is quite literally.
Oh shit! I watched the wrong one. No, I'm just playing.
It's quite literally the highest rated anime of all time on my anime list, which is like Letterboxd but for anime. It's I think it's
This is the top tier.
Yeah, it's up there. It's like widely renowned as like maybe one of the best series of all time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you said that like episode 2.
I mixed up 2 and 4. I realized it today.
Okay, cool. Because I did not get to 4.
That's fair.
Yeah, I get there.
It is it's like it's very tight. I give it to you guys because it is not only like regarded as like one of the kind of like most accessible ones for people who've not seen anime and don't know the tropes. It's pretty similar to Avatar too, I kind of believe, in a lot of the humor, the power system, the world, but you don't really get that early on.
I'm just gonna say
is
from the jump, that first episode, I literally was like, "What the fuck am I?"
I did not like the first episode.
No, the second episode got better.
They throw
there was
a lot
of
into
jumps.
the first episode. Yeah, and I recognize there's like one edit or one cut in the first episode that's very abrupt.
There's some weird
there's
cuts
a couple
going
of those.
on. They kind of throw you in, and like there's no real reason to like care about what's going on. 'Cause you don't really know anything. But
I
it's
didn't
a
know
pilot. That's gonna happen. Like,
Yeah.
I understand that like shows usually take some time to like get their feet under them. Episode 2, you told us initially that it was like one of the best episodes in any show
4
ever.
is like I fucked up. I looked it up like right
And so
before.
I watched that. Like expectations couldn't be higher, and I was like, "Well, episode 1 was bad, but like I'm sure like this has to be good." You said it was like incredible, and then it was like okay,
It was like fine. Yeah,
like it had like a lot of cool
so.
backstory. It had the classic trope of someone close to the hero dies, and then they decide to like go to like evil means to try and like bring them back. You know,
Yeah.
a little Anakin Skywalker vibe.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, where was do we ever find out about their dad?
the dad's a huge character.
I'm certain
okay.
we find out about it.
I assumed,
The
but like, we
dad
don't see him in the first
is a
couple, and I was
massive
like,
character. I think it's tough in a lot of these. In hindsight, I wish I gave you guys Cowboy Bebop because it isn't plot driven, so you can watch like 1 and 2 and kind of catch a vibe. And I did a little bit of research prior, and I thought that I misconstrued the plot for 4 and 2. So in hindsight, I would have given you guys Bebop, and it would have been just like a little more casual. But yeah, it is
next enrichment.
Yeah, it's tough because I don't want like really I did anime for like a one-time thing, and then I was gonna just drop it. I really don't care if you guys like anime or watch it or not. But
Well, I came at it with an open mind. Like I
recognize you guys did.
I genuinely tried to like watch it and like just like if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. I was honestly expecting to like it because like it sounds like it's like up my alley. Like, everyone talks about how like good it is.
I was hoping it was going to be like how I feel about like Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Yeah, I was just like where am I?
The first episode really like kind of turned me off. Like I watched it and I was just like,
so I do agree. It throws
it.
you in and it kind of explains questions you had in the first episode and the second one. But I understand like episodically that kind of puts you on the back foot or a little bit or kind of like makes you a little confused.
Also, short jokes per capita.
They're a lot earlier.
Oh my
god!
So I think that was a problem.
So like they were kind of like under an hour the first two. So I watched the third one because I was like I'm gonna throw you a bone.
I didn't watch all the third one. I started it and then it stopped.
Fair.
There was no less than I counted 14 short jokes.
More in the third episode?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah, they die down as the show gets a little more serious, but
isn't he only like 12?
Yeah, he's a child.
He's a child. Of course he's small.
Yeah, but guys,
every single time. Oh, that guy's the Fullmetal Alchemist. Actually, no, it's my brother. Every fucking time.
But it's funny at first, though, right?
Maybe the first
the first joke
time and a half.
No, I'm with you. It's
and then every single person he meets is just like, oh, clearly your brother is the Fullmetal Alchemist.
He has really cool armor. The armor's really cool, I will say.
Yeah.
That's just his body.
It's
right?
cool design.
Yeah, Alphonse's armor.
Yeah, cool name too.
Alphonse and Edward.
Yeah, Tux is talking.
I will also say, them being called Führers threw me off for a while as well.
It's very dramatic.
Yes, I was trying to see like it was
Hitler.
like I didn't know if this was like based in like actual like Earth or
it's like a Germanic like
because
inspired country.
It had like actual dates, like it was like 1906, and they have like guns.
Yeah,
and I'm like, is World War I going on? Like
the mom died or was born in 18 something and died in 1904, I believe. That was on her headstone.
Yeah, and then it was like a couple years after.
Yeah,
and I'm like, are we in the Great War right now? Like. I was trying to figure out where we are, and they called it Führer, and I'm like, are these the bad guys?
It was a little different because then they were like, all right, remember, like, there was a lot of, we were war buddies, you know, back in the day, and then there was, the war was like Ishkamar or something like that, and I was like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah,
now we're not in America, or we're not in the U.S.
I've never heard of that town.
I don't know that one.
It's Ishkamar, like Indiana.
Blitzkrieg?
Yeah, it's right near Gary.
Yeah.
In Naperville.
Overall, this kind of was like a little below my expectations, to be honest.
That's fair. I think it's tough when you
I don't want to like shit all over it.
No, it's totally fair. I think it doesn't help itself when you do put it in just a little box where it's like it has to set it because it's not meant for an hour consumption. It's meant for like a 34 run, and it really is a show that is almost like a domino effect where like one leads to another, and then characters change, and then like the world gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you feel a little more connected. But yeah, I fucked up because I thought the fucking fourth episode was the second one, and I was like, cash money.
Dude, I thought we were about to get like really hooked into it.
Dude, the fourth episode's incredible.
Because I've seen the first 3 episodes, so I only have to watch one more to get the really good one.
You really do. It's so.
but
John, he doesn't want to.
I'm sorry, my time is up.
Damn it!
Assign this to us again if you want to get it.
Watch episodes 4 and 5.
The next like 20 of these, we're just gonna do the entire series.
I also was a little surprised. It's all listed as one season on Hulu.
Yes.
There's 158
episodes.
Like
dub sub.
Is it 158? I thought it was like 60. I swear to God.
Well, it's 158, but if
divided by 2.
Divided by 2. So yes, I'd be 70
something. Yeah.
I went dubs, by the way. I don't know if you did.
I did dubs.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, I also watched with subtitles on. Usually, they're just naturally on. So I had both,
but English.
Yeah, in hindsight, I you know what, this is due diligence. I waffled and I changed it at the last second.
Dude, I probably would have loved Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, but now you'll never know.
We'll never know. This was your one chance.
And because it's tough because like you're not really introduced to a lot of like the supporting cast that like is like widely beloved. Like Roy Mustang, you got like 5 seconds of.
Is that the guy, the strong guy?
No, the fire guy.
Fire guy.
He's
Right,
like
yeah,
he's
he-
like they're like
yeah, he was-
commanding
he barely
officer.
got any-
Dude, there was actually a funny joke. Like his like assistant, or whatever
Yeah,
the blonde
Hawkeye.
girl is with him. Yeah, Hawkeye. Right. Where she was just like, "Yeah, your powers don't work in the rain." It was pretty funny. There was like a line about that.
The humor's good when it's not short jokes like 8 times in a second.
Mm-hmm.
It was jarring how often that happened, and then it was just like hard cuts to like other events, and there's like no real connection between anything.
Yeah, John, I think you're talking about how in the first episode where they're trying to find the water guy, and then they run into him, and then he's just gone, and then they run into him again, and it's like later in the day.
We don't
We're
explain how they
just-
find this guy ever.
Well,
He's just
they
always,
do.
Like,
It's
there.
like
He's just out and about in
Yeah.
alleyways drawing ruins or whatever.
the alchemy signs.
The alchemy signs, yeah.
Hmm.
So they just need to find an alleyway.
Also-
and he's just in there.
Well, talking about alchemy is way cooler than like actually them trying to teach me what alchemy is. I don't care about transmutation. Come on.
Yeah, they
What?
do
That's just
freak
what
out
alchemy,
every
right?
5 seconds that like there's no circle.
There's
Yeah,
not even
yeah.
an alchemy
Yeah.
circle.
It's like a big deal, man.
The Fullmetal Alchemist. Also, I thought that name is cool. I would
The fact
it
that-
wasn't just a name that they're like, you're going to be called Fullmetal
Yeah,
Alchemist.
It's
Yeah,
a
here's your-
government
this
code
is-
name.
Yeah, it's his code name. I was like, that's not his.
I thought it meant something cool. Like,
Well, I mean, it's
can
actually
turn into
it's
Full
actually
Metal.
and that was what I.
they talk about it, but like it's kind of like the Fuhrer like dunking on him because he's only half metal.
Yeah, the Fuhrer, the guy with the eye patch.
Bradley.
In the
Bradley.
the quick sword.
Yes, the quick sword. Yes.
Yeah.
Very quick.
Yeah.
You guys-
He is obviously going to become a huge character. I can feel
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. There's clearly going to be some tension.
He has
They're
a really
gonna fight.
offset evil
Yeah,
villain.
they're gonna fight it. He wears a fucking eye patch. There's no other option. He has to be evil.
Yeah, and he just straight up killed the first bad guy.
Yeah. Cool ass
Yeah.
voice though in the dub. Great voice.
There was one guy who had his thing. His thing was just like punching.
Yeah, the strong man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
with his
strong
weird
man.
hair.
Yeah.
I did not like his character at all. Every time he showed up on screen,
would-
I was like, "This fucking."
You're
guy
gonna
again.
love him. His sister's even better.
He's just like a big, strong doofus. Like I feel like that's like a most basic character you can get.
No,
How
I
do you
didn't like
hate
him. He was annoying me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That also seems right up your alley. Just love him like
Yeah.
a big
I
doofus.
actually loved the bad guy in the first episode before he dies.
He was cool.
The water guy, super dope.
Yeah, he was summoning some
He was
fucking,
fucking
shit.
blood bending and shit. That,
The amount of
that,
people that died in that city that day from
Oh.
the fucking huge ice things,
Millions dead.
and they just don't acknowledge it.
yeah.
Oh yeah. It
Well,
was
like,
just a
that's like
Tuesday.
any cartoon
It's just
show.
it's just a Tuesday.
I'm gonna give this one a 5.3.
It's fair.
Mine's probably in like the 6s.
If I watch
I don't
one
know
more
exactly
episode,
where.
it might jump up to like a
John,
8
it
or
will.
9.
It's so fucking good. It's like a marquee episode, like moment in like anime as a medium. Not even like shonens as a genre, but like
What year was this?
this comes
I
out.
never checked.
So the source material came out here. Let me look it up. It's funny because I watched it with you guys this week as well to kind of like just catch up because I haven't watched it in a few years. I probably watched it twice now in full. Yeah, dude, the fucking short jokes. I was like, holy shit, chill out.
All the time.
It's pretty crazy.
And it's so funny because like in retrospect,
It just turns into like a little doofy cartoon. Like,
Yeah.
and just gets angry.
Oh yeah, that's got to be one of those tropes that I just don't know about anime, where all of a sudden the graphics they would just become like blobs of
dude, that
themselves.
happens in Avatar
Avatar a
too.
little-
And I was just like, what?
That happens all the time in Avatar, bro.
No, not
common,
the
common.
same way. It happened
Um,
like 3 times in 2 episodes.
Yeah, there are 64 episodes. It first aired in 2009, ended in 2010. It is like what it is now
That's so
14 years old.
Pumping these
It
episodes.
was all one season, apparently.
Yeah, it was aired
But it was-
weekly. It was aired weekly until it ended.
for 58
For-
weeks.
For like a year.
For
Yeah.
58 weeks. Yeah, that's,
Holy shit.
Yeah, they made it all.
Imagine missing one of them and you're thrown off for the whole year.
oh yeah, when are the reruns? Fuck,
In 2010, dude, that's tough.
dude, I need to like TiVo it.
It's funny. Yeah, this is I mean, like, I think I've like jokingly gotten myself into becoming the anime guy. Not really a huge anime guy. I grew up watching Naruto as it aired.
Dude, you're watching One Piece for like
Dude, there's
1,000
1,000 episodes, man. That's one show.
You've watched Cowboy Bebop, Brotherhood, One Piece.
These are all.
One Punch Man.
I've watched season 1.
I don't know how many seasons there are.
There's like
that
3?
makes you an anime guy. I don't know what you're
No,
talking about.
dude, these are like the
levels to it, but you're an avatar, you're an avatar, anime guy.
Compared to us, he is, but
100%.
to like real anime people, he probably is.
Yeah,
like,
you're not like full weeb. Yeah, you're a
no.
casual.
But that being said, like this,
go
so
full weed.
like I was gonna say, like my experience was that like I got into it when I started watching Naruto when it was airing weekly on Toonami, like when it was first brought over to the West, and fell off of it. In fact, Greg, I don't remember. I used to, me and you used to make fun of our friend Matt for watching it in high school.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And I was like, hey, you're watching that shit because he was watching like the shit I hadn't even seen. And then it wasn't until college when I got recommended this show, and I watched it for the first time, and I like watched the entire thing in like a weekend. And I like
so much.
fell in love. Yeah, and then like since then I've been like back in slowly picking like the cream of the crop or shit that gets like pushed to me by the people I trust. But yeah, I mean, like I clearly the first 2 episodes didn't hit for you guys. Maybe the first 3 for John at least.
I didn't watch the full 3.
It wasn't like terrible. It's just
100%.
like,
yeah. No, it wasn't like a bad show. I'm not like, oh my god, I hated this, but it did not like. I'm not like, oh man, I really want to keep watching.
In the first like episode, I think was definitely geared more towards like a younger audience than us.
The first episode?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Like all like the short jokes and like all like the little.
It's
like,
kind of like it's kind of it picks up the plot as it goes like exponentially. And
like, I know that all these like anime shows like they'll like be like lighthearted most of the time, and then they'll get like serious and like fucking like fucked up shit happens, and it's like holy shit that was sick. But like right now we're in like the kind of like
you're almost in like situation. You're almost in like tutorial island, and then like once you leave, it kind of like gets like serious. So I would say if there's any part of you, clearly there's not, but at home that's interested in watching past the third one. Please give it a go.
But debating, I like might finish the third one and watch the fourth one just because you're talking so much about it. Like
sucks.
I
The third episode
right there, dude.
I kind of want to see it, but I don't.
I'm like looking over the wall.
The third episode too is probably it's almost like universally agreed upon is like maybe the one like schmeh episode.
Episode 2?
3.
Oh, 3. 3 with the priest.
So literally like the first 3 episodes of this series are all just like meh. Take it or leave it, and then apparently he gave the greatest show.
He gave us the first 3 episodes.
I thought episode 4 was episode 2. I was like, I knew episode 3 is schmeh, but like they're gonna watch episode 2 and then be hooked by then, and then they're gonna be like in for the ride. They're okay with episode 3 being schmeh.
He's watching it back himself. He's just like, fuck this episode.
Literally, dude,
no.
I saw the episode 2 title pop up, and I went, that's not right.
I mean, episode 2 was
way better. Yeah, it was better. Yeah,
like you got a lot of cool backstory stuff going on.
Like, and I don't need everything explained to me. I don't need to hear all the backstory. Like that wasn't the total problem in the first one. The first one, I just felt like I didn't.
No.
Yeah, he said there were no stakes. Yeah, I didn't know why I cared about any of this.
Exactly.
I didn't care about the city being destroyed. Didn't really care. I was like, ooh, is this a good city? Bad city?
I don't want to root for the bad guy.
I was like, this bad guy seems kind of cool. I like this water guy.
Honestly,
he's cool.
Like, it's so funny. Because like the first episode is like it's jam packed with foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Well, we don't.
I can't understand that, like
it's so funny in retrospect, like being like, you guys kind of nailed it. Like root for the bad guy.
Oh, are we supposed to? Is Ed not a good guy?
No, Ed's great. But like you learn like
military as a whole is probably not that cool.
Yeah, Bradley. We don't like a Fuhrer. We don't like a Fuhrer.
No. I'm always anti-Fuhrer. Yeah. I'm on record.
Me personally,
it's the same
anti-Fuhrer.
When it said Fuhrer, I literally had to take a step back and I was just like,
Colin,
what is the general meaning of Fuhrer? I was like, because like when you hear Fuhrer, it naturally just makes you think of like the
Hitler,
fucking Hitler. Yeah, the Third Reich is what I think of, and so I was just like, I assume it just means like the emperor, like president, whatever, like the leader of it. But I genuinely Googled it just to like double check because I was like, where are we going with this? Why is he a Fuhrer?
Let's give this guy a chance.
In front of you.
He takes off the eye patch. He's actually Hitler.
He does a nice side part.
I don't know. It wasn't like too bad.
Should have been Cowboy Bebop.
This stinks because now Colin's gonna try and hook us into even more episodes by having this episode 4.
I know it's all my fault. So literally, I'm not gonna do a single thing more. Hand up. I should have picked Bebop.
Ball is in our court now to continue to episode 4. All right,
or don't. It's up to you. I do not care.
I do really enjoy doing these because these are things that I just don't do, and I do enjoy them. Even like the show wasn't like great, but I was like, I'm glad I watched it. You know,
Expand his horizons.
You know, dip my toe in a little bit.
Just the tip. You know, see how it feels.
I can tell people I'm an anime guy now.
Yeah, I've watched. I've dabbled.
I'm not gonna say
I
that.
didn't like it.
Yeah, not a fan.
I watched 2.5 episodes. Not for me.
Not for me.
No.
But I do like doing this. We can do this again, not like super soon, but like
I gotta start. I gotta keep coming up with things that you guys don't know.
one of our listeners also suggested that they like a listener will give us something that none of us.
Oh, I really like
do.
that. I really enjoy that.
You think we would like it? Send it in.
What if it's like?
But I have experience in most things.
It has to be,
Greg's-
it has to be
Greg's
just an
culture.
hour of it.
Greg's
if
culture, we know
episode-
lifestyle.
Yeah, I know all of lifestyle.
Yeah.
Culture, lifestyle, he's got it all.
Yeah.
Make sure whatever you give us within that hour, the cool shit happens, and not immediately after that hour is over. That's like the only requirement, really.
I mean, I was saying it's a little bit for your two things too. Like both your book and the podcast are both huge things that we only got just the tiniest little taste.
I think I'm gonna go a lot smaller on my next one. I gave you guys maybe
1,000-page books that are like 8 books long.
maybe the most like condensed shit I've ever like partook in my life, and I gave both of them to
Give
you
me
guys.
like backyard baseball, John.
That'll be tight as fuck. You haven't played.
Been a
Yeah,
while.
it's been
Man.
a lot.
Has to be something new.
I'll be real. I'm kind of itching to go play to go back. I don't know why.
I mean, I might follow you. I haven't given a TV show yet, so I might go that route.
It sucks because like an hour, I think is like the perfect time for this, but like it cuts off movies.
No, dude. If it's a movie, we can watch the whole movie.
We'll see.
Now
I'll
you
watch it
say
if I have
that?
the time.
We're gonna watch it at times 2 speed.
I don't watch movies at times 2 speed.
Oh yeah, that's
Listen
crazy.
to podcasts at times 2 speed. It's so different.
Watch Full Metal at times 2 speeds.
Watching something at times 2 speed or 1.5 whatever is so weird because the movements get all weird. If it's just a voice, it's fine. Because they're just talking fast. There's just no breaks between their sentences, which like that's fine. I know where the periods are. Okay, I can hear them.
All right. Well, I think this is something that we're enjoying. Want to keep doing.
Yeah. Send us your email. So
I want other people to also get involved in this.
Yeah.
What
What is
so
it
that you
again?
can hear what we think.
sochoicepodcast@gmail.com.
At sochoicepodcast@gmail.com. We're also at sochoicepodcast, all social media. So hit
Yeah,
us at
Instagram,
DM anywhere.
Twitter, DM us.
Yeah. Should we? How
Is
deep
that
are
up?
we?
Are we
We're
wrapping
good.
this shit up?
Yeah, we're good.
Let's wrap this up.
So while you're DMing us, make sure you follow us, like us, comment on everything. At sochoicepodcast, and download this episode 20 times. Thank you.
We
See
call
you
that a
next week.
bookend, boys.
Oh hell yeah. Stay choice.
Peace.